Thanks for staying with us. According to the report that we have, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has approved 140 as the minimum admission cutoff mark for admission into universities in Nigeria, while that of polytechnics and colleges of education is pegged at 100. Now, this has generated quite a bit of controversies. While some are saying it appears that our standard of education is further dropping, others are saying that this could help to bring more people into the educational bracket. What are your thoughts on this? Join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so since JAMB made this announcement, everybody has been talking about it, and many have expressed worry over the fact that it seems the cutoff mark is reducing and it's going to make it just the university to be free for all. Others are saying it's a welcome development so that more people can have the opportunity to get university education. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Me, personally, I do not agree. I think the minimum requirement is too low. That's 140 over 400. That's less than 50% of the total, score. And it just doesn't speak well for, our own standard of education, and also does not encourage those who work hard, to do well. It does not encourage students to want to do their best or give their best, because they know that, it keeps falling. And we know that it keeps falling nearly every other 3 years or 4 years. And I think the 140 is quite low. There are other ways to encourage students to get into schools, into universities, and that is from primary and secondary school. Make sure that education is, we're giving them the right education. We have good teachers. They are studying even after school. That's the way to encourage people. The sort of students you want in university are those who need to have the capability mentally, intellectually, to be able to take on those courses. You don't want to get people in university who, one, either intellectually they are not capable. Secondly, maybe mentally they are not even motivated enough to be there. I just got the barest minimum, I'm here, so I'll give my barest minimum in university. In university, where you are expected to do a lot of work by yourself. You get minimum, lectures and time with your lecturers, but then you're meant to build up on it. You need to study more, and I do not feel that someone who is unable to even pass JAMB at a certain, score will be able to give the best in university. There's no parental guidance there. There's no one pulling you aside and telling you to do better. So you have to sort of prove yourself there. I'm not also saying that people who come in with low marks have not made a difference in their lives, but we're saying that this is a university education. We're saying that this is a space where we want people to understand that they're going somewhere. And also, I feel that the reason why we're willing to reduce marks is because we do not know that this means that those who go to university will end up being our leaders tomorrow, will end up being our inventors tomorrow. We just think it's about passing another thing. Oh, university gone, I've passed it, checked, and then I go. But if we understand that these are our future leaders, our future presidents, our future politicians, our future doctors and nurses, what caliber of students would we want to go into those sectors? Let
me come to you guys. What are your thoughts on this?
For me, Nigeria keeps redefining what success means and what passing means, and we're redefining it negatively. We have a big challenge on our hand as a country. And the big challenge we have is that people do, the global space, the global educational sector does not respect our certificate. Now, they have not even heard that we are putting 140 as a benchmark for pass. 40% is a benchmark to say you have passed. That's below average. And it's like we're recreating what is our metric, and yet we're playing in a global space. So I feel that what exactly is JAMB trying to achieve? What is UTME trying to achieve? Because if the purpose is not known, then abuse is inevitable. And as it is right now, I don't think that the UTME system of passing people is understanding what the purpose of that exam is supposed to be. It's supposed to gauge who is suitable to go into the university and would be able to learn
and meet up
to the standard. So if we are now saying that anybody below average, between 40 to 50, anybody from 40% can get into the university, then what are we going to churn out? With the current system of people getting 200 to get to the university, we still have underbaked graduates, people that go through school, they cannot read properly, they can't construct a sentence. Right. People will send you application letter, Murayo, and you would read later and you're wondering, did this person finish from the university? And you see they actually finish with 2-1. So we have a crisis on our hand because we don't have quality education being processed through our university, and then we are still reducing pre-qualifications to get into the university. I don't agree with this. I even feel like we should question those that came up with this policy and ask them, what exactly do you want to achieve?
Let me come to BC, because some will argue that it's not about how you get in, it's about how you come out. So some will say, listen, yes, you might come in with a low grade, with a low cutoff mark, but if you're able to get into the university space and be molded and, you know, and realize the importance of education, you can actually have a star come out of that. So maybe we shouldn't be too quick to judge the low cutoff mark.
Mariah, the foundation you have in primary and secondary school is actually what determines how grounded you are when your mind is being exposed in the university. The university doesn't form you. The university just adds more knowledge to what you know and keeps expanding. But if you do not have the right foundation, you're going to miss out on that. We've seen people who got into the university and they were not able to cope with the courses. They keep jumping from one department to another department to another department because it was difficult for them to cope when their mind started expanding, because they were already not used to that solid foundation. It always has a ripple effect. The university education also is supposed to be the highest cadre of education. People who get into the university are people who have been tried, tested, trusted, who would have the capacity to carry on with education that will be handed down to them in the university. Remember, in the university, you are your own teacher, so to speak. The lecturers don't follow you one-on-one in your table to see whether you're writing the notes or whether you're buying the textbooks, whether you're doing the assignments. It's only your scores at the board that you check and you see where you are. If you need to repeat, if you need to have a carryover, you need to do it again. You are your own learner. You are an individual learner in that space. You must have that capacity, which JAMB is supposed to be the one testing before you get into the university. And it keeps lowering the standard. I had a conversation with somebody sometime, and I said, the university education is not supposed to be for everybody, but like everything we do in this part of the world, we water it down. We make a mess of it. That you carry your certificate and you go abroad and have to redo that course all over again because nobody recognizes your certificate. Country as small as Ghana, their certificate is more valued when you travel outside to the global space compared to what we have in Nigeria. And I remember when I was in school, in primary school, there were foreigners who were sending their children because of the quality of education that we had here. Now everything is about, so I'm asking myself, is it about the numbers now? Are they, because from the newspaper review that Miriam took concerning JAMB and admissions, they don't even have enough space to take in all the people that are writing JAMB and coming. So if you keep lowering it to 140 and 130 and 100, are you saying that you're doing it just to make the money because you still do not have the capacity to take in all of them? So my advice is, while we're looking at JAMB to please give us a proper standard, this is embarrassing. If my son writes an examination over 400 and comes with 140, I will flog him. So why will he have 140 and get into the university? It's embarrassing. Are you telling us that we do not have the capacity to pass properly? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying, because like Topper said, the international organization, they are watching. They are looking at us. Tomorrow, all those graduates that are half-baked will come out, they'll go to their countries, then they'll go back to school all over again. That certificate is useless. So we need to know, I would have advised, right? If JAMB is finding it difficult to get people who can, meet up, people who would pass the examinations from 200 to 250, can they scrap it and do remedial? Because what I see is people get into the university with the JAMB, and then they're struggling across departments. They are not fitting. It's just a few of them who really know what they want to do and have a passion for it, that fit in and fit in well. So why don't you come in? Let's take, for instance, I want to study political science. I've passed my WAEC in flying colors. I get into the university, I pick a remedial form, and I do 1 year introducing me to the concepts of political science. I have 3 months to decide, do I want to continue with political science or go to another department that I'm better suited for? When I pass my remedial, I move straight into the university. I know that I'm equipped for that course. Can we start looking at that so that we have the right people who can do the courses that they are better suited for, and then when they come out, they have value to give. We still come out and go to different organizations, and you are learning all over again on how to be something that you should have learned in the university.
We'll have to be great to hear from Mr. Fabian. He's the person that can give us information, because I'd like to believe that we had experts, policy, well, this was a decision that was collectively agreed at a policy meeting. Now, these are people who have been in the education for years. So we'd like to hear from their own end exactly what are the factors that were considered to have this review. Because we know that some individual universities have their own individual benchmarks. Yeah. So this is across for JAMB. So it would be really great to hear. But when we go on the break, we'll see if we can get somebody to shed some light on the part of the government on this. We don't have a minister yet. We don't know for education. So maybe if the new minister eventually comes, can also have some input on this and see what it can be done to review if it's needed. But let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we open our phone lines. Here, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.